Hi everybody, this is Terry Lee and this is video 7 in our series on our Manila folder notebook number 1. And today we're going to do some more cutting and covering and thinking and doing. And this ended up being number 13 if you go all the way back to video 1 or video 2, where we started numbering things so we could keep track of what papers we wanted to go where. Now, of course, as we're covering them up, then we're going to have to try to either remember or we'll have to go back to the beginning and flip-flap and count. So whichever way is easiest for you. Sticky notes may work as well. So I'm going to make a side tuck here, and the reason I like this here is I think it makes the front look nice. I know there's a bunch of paper clips on there still. That just means stuff for us to do. So I'm going to glue this on. I'm not sure about the other half of the page being empty, but I am going to put a ginormous writing card in here, and the card may be enough. You know what I mean? I may not need to take away from the page by adding anything to the page. I mean, take away from the pocket by adding anything to the page. Okay, so we've got that glued on. That was easy. That was painless. Not like the envelope in the back in video 6, huh? I can't believe that. I still can't believe that went so well. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do this page here, and this is page 15. Now, if you remember in the previous video, I went ahead and filled this in even though I normally don't. The reason for that, let me set these two things to the side. The reason for that is the way we're going to decorate this page is not really a collage. Let's just call it stripes. So I wanted it to carry across from here. And so I've got this one numbered A, B, C, and then D. And I'm not really sure. I don't want to put them exactly straight across. I'm putting a pocket down here anyway, that's right. So I definitely want the light bulb at the top because it's got the color. So I think maybe I will make them go straight across at the top. And then however the rest of it turns out, it turns out. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it because the pocket is rather large. And so it's going to cover those 3. So let's think about this for a minute. Then maybe we want this at the top here with our butterfly. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, this one. So we'll glue this down. So now you see the method behind my madness of only putting a piece inside of one envelope and leaving all the rest of them au naturel. Okay. I'm putting this so what used to say 1900. Didn't really mean to do that. And I've got glue showing down here. Where's my... This is a dry baby wipe. Not used. Just leave it out to dry out. I got that tip from Leona, who goes by Miss Paint a Lot. Her group is a lot of fun. Her videos are amazing. Like, some of them are so complicated, but she makes things look so easy. Hey, maybe I'm a mini Miss Paint a Lot. No, not quite. Not at all. She has so much more experience and I know I shouldn't say this, but probably talent as well. Okay. Now, I know I just said that I wasn't going to make this all perfect, but as you can see, my involuntary OCD has kicked in. Which one is the longer of the two? This one is. Okay. So now we're going to put this one on. And then we may put some kind of cluster or something, you know, on the page. You know, up in the top corner. Pocket's going to cover that, but I don't want to accidentally glue the pocket shut. A friend of mine just showed how a rubber eraser, I don't know if this one's rubber enough, but you can buy these rubber erasers and they will, yeah, this isn't one, but you can buy them. They almost look like beeswax, and you can get them on Amazon, and I think they're like $4, and the rubber on the rubber will roll up the Fabrifix or the Fabri-Tac, and you can pick up any of your little overages. I'm not sure on paper. I know she did it on a book cover, so I'm not sure about the rest. So let's do this. And then I may have to put you on pause. I think I forgot about an alarm that was going to go off on my phone. So I may put you on pause and come back and we'll do the rest of this. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here. Now I'm wondering if I should find one more skinny one. So it looks like we might, well, there's going to be a big card in the pocket. Let's see, the pocket goes here. Yeah, I'm insane. I'm going to find a scrap. Let's see. I have a whole pile of scraps here. I've been using up most of the paper so far, though. I want to keep this as like a bookmark. I've got some set aside that I haven't inked yet. Okay. She says confidently. Like this one as well. I like that. Let's see if we have anything. I think I could cut it. It matches that. Oh no. Look at me matching everything up. Hey. That's too wide, but I could trim it down just a little bit on this side. And then we would have that little, oh look, here's one. It's even skinnier. Ta-da! You know, and the moth matches the moth, so let's turn it upside down like he got cut off the page. That puts our little bolt on the wrong side, though. I guess we're going to have to cover our little butterfly, because then this has the pattern of what kind of looks like the corner and the side border. I can't believe I had this. Is why you keep your scraps, people. This one's not really a scrap. It's kind of an offcut. Alright, so let's move our, hopefully, scraps off to the side. Look, we're getting rid of paper clips. Getting rid of them left and right. So then we're going to glue this one. I can't believe how well that worked out. Between that and that envelope, I think. No, I'm not going to say it out loud. If I say it out loud, you know what'll happen, right? My hands are so cold. It's so cold in my craft room back here. I think I said something in the previous video, which you may not be watching all at once. But it's now 5 in the morning. It was 3:30 when I recorded the other one. And we've already gotten probably, it's up to about 6 inches of snow now. My dog took one look outside He's little. He's a Chewini. Oh yeah, that looks much better. And he went out just far enough to use the potty, and then came right back in, and so he's got like a little doggy U-turn out there. He went out and he peed, and then he turned right around and came back in. Doggy U-turn. All right, so now, please bear with me. I, in my infinite wisdom of OCD, have noticed that if I line this up with this edge, that this is not lined up here, and then you see that. So I'm going to, and then if you don't do that, you'll see that. So I'm going to kind of do it halfway. I just really don't like that now. This is the biggest pocket that comes with this. I do have a little bit of space, but if I refold it, then you'll see that. I've got another one just like it that I haven't cut out. If I made this just a smidge bigger and folded it here, it would be perfect. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to turn the alarm off on my car. I'm going to turn the alarm off on my phone that as I'm looking at the clock, I realize is about to go off. And I'm going to cut out the other envelope or the other pocket that looks just like this, and then we'll be right back. Okay, pause is over. Coffee break is over. Potty break is over. Oh, wait a minute. Coffee break is not over. Coffee break is never over, or it's not over unless I say it's over. Okay, here's our original pocket. And I had folded it, even though I had a choice, I had folded it all the way in to make it smaller. Okay, and I put it over there. These are some other pockets. These two are pre-made pockets that we might use maybe on some of the smaller envelopes. They're a little small for these pages. And then this is a piece of ephemera, but I thought since with the bolts, I thought it kind of looked kind of cool, and I decided to use it as a pocket. So those are my little pocket pile right there. So now we're going to add this pocket to the pocket pile. Now, the next thing we're going to do before I forget, I'm sorry that I'm going to make you watch me do this, but I totally forgot, and I would have been upset because I was just so happy that cutting it out a little bit bigger so that you can see the little cutaway on the corner, which is fine with me. Cutting it a little bit bigger. Bent it a little crooked there, but I don't know why I tell you guys these things, because unless I tell you, you probably wouldn't notice. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, is don't sweat the little tiny mistakes. It's not like you're going to give the book to somebody and then go, oh, on page 12, if you look real close, you'll see the envelope is a little bit crooked. You're not going to do that. Tell me you're not going to do that. That would be bad. Bad idea. Bad viewer. Bad subscriber. All right. So now, let me show you on here. I didn't even think to show you this. Most of you probably know this, but some of you may not. This is the way this pocket looks when it comes and you cut it out. The white part, or even this part here, let me hold it up closer. There's a line right here, but then there's also a line where the white is as well. And this is meant to be folded. Now, when you put just a pocket down like this and you glue it to the page, it's really tight. You can only fit maybe one thing inside of it. However, when you have, so this makes a deeper pocket so that you can fit more things inside of it. And the way it does that is that you fold it in, and then you fold it up, and then you'll see, make sure I got the angle right, you'll see that it makes a pocket before you even glue it on. So it gives the pocket that extra depth right there. Now, a lot of times, this one came pre-cut out with the little angles. You want to cut it in at an angle and then out at an angle so that these don't overlap. But on this particular one, they do. I'm not that worried about it on this, especially because when I refolded it to make it the bigger size of the two sizes available of folding it, then they magically don't touch each other. So I'm thinking maybe I actually made a mistake on the first one, but don't tell anybody. Remember, what's the rule? We don't talk about our mistakes. The first rule of Mistake Club is we never talk about Mistake Club. So we're going to glue this on the page, and you glue on these little white flaps. Okay, you glue on the flap all the way around. The reason I'm kind of off to the side a little bit is I don't want to move the book around too much because I've got all that stuff paper clipped to the cover. Maybe not the best way to do it. However, I saw all the stuff that I wanted to put on there, and so I paper clipped it on there. Okay, I'd like to come down far enough to make it very close to being even with the bottom of the paper over here. It's okay that it's not equal here. Don't ask me why my brain says that's okay, but the other one wasn't. These are things we'll never know. Okay, now let it dry, but as an example, I can now take these 3 pieces of paper and easily put that many in there, if not more, and they won't fall out, and it's not so tight that you can't put them in. I have a bigger card, I believe, that I'm going to put in here. I've got, let me move this over here. I've got this piece cut out already. I was going to put it on a page, but I ended up not putting it on a page, and I really like this bicycle. So what I'm thinking of doing is making a long, narrow card out of this and putting it in this pocket. So we'll see. I don't necessarily want to hide the bicycle, but it'll be on the card when you take it out. And, oh, and this guy matches that guy. Oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that idea. Okay, you are now a card. I call you a card. You can call me a cab. No, I'm kidding. Wow. All right, now I've also made these other cards just out of some ephemera. This one I showed you earlier, and he's already been backed with some coffee dyed paper. Now this, let me show you this. I used to be a member of the Graphics Fairies paid membership, so I have all these graphics and stuff, and there's like 3 folders full of steampunk stuff, and I totally forgot about it. Anyway, one of the things that were in there were all these little bitty domino-sized collages, and so I really like this one with the two fingers, and I think I might cut that out and use it as a tab, you know, like pull it this way, push it that way, pull it this way. But I'm going to have to print out another page or decide on one to put on the back, which I guess that would be easier. And I also really like this lady. So I'm thinking of cutting several of these out and using them here and there in pockets or glued on pages, you know, as part of clusters. These are some of the images I got. I told you earlier that I couldn't find off of Pinterest that had no copyright. So these are different things that you could use. This is where I cut all of my ephemera dials and all those kind of things out of. Here's another big card that we're going to use here in just a minute, I believe. All right, so I wanted to show you those things real quick when I was talking about using paper to make a pocket. I also had this dial, that's why I showed you the dial paper, and I just grunged it up on the back, and I'm actually going to use this as a card. It would work in here along with another card. That would be kind of cool, along with our tall card that we make. Might be sufficiently funky. Like I said, this is probably going to be a mix of eclectic and steampunk, because I'm not really sure about the steampunk designation, but I am going to put this blue butterfly here. That'll bring some bright blue onto these 2 pages that we've been carrying throughout the whole project. I'm going to put it right over the top of that moth. Goodbye, moth. Hello, butterfly. There's a moth there, which means it matched, but that's okay. It's all right, Terry. Don't get upset. Now, at the end, I'm going to kind of pull these up a little bit. Even though they'll go kind of flat in the book, they'll still kind of go up a little bit. You'll see the whole little bit of a shadow thing going on. So I like that. Okay, so now we covered 15. We added the pocket to 15. We added the butterfly to 15. Okay, where are we at? We're at 20 minutes. Okay. So now the next thing I want to do is we're going to make a pocket out of this envelope. This is the envelope that we attached to number 12. So we're going to cover the inside of the envelope and then cut the edge to make a pocket, because this pocket isn't going to be really very good, you know, pulling out over this. I'm just not that happy with it. So now what you want to do is you don't want to glue along here. You'll glue your pocket shut. What you want to do is use the paper, glue around the 4 edges of the paper, and then that will glue along the 4 edges here, not closing this part of your envelope up, but yet sealing the bottom of your pocket. That'll come in over here or from the top, but I'm thinking from the side. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, and look at that. You guys are going to kill me. It's all right. Go ahead. You can kill me. I like that noise the best. I have some new little inkers on the way. But the little stinkers of the inkers are not going to be here for like a week, because I have been using this for several different browns. So when I say that this is tea dye, it's tea dye with probably a little bit of antique photo mixed in. We're going to cover this, so it's okay for me to do this on the envelope. Normally you would not do it. Kind of funky it up a little bit more. Make sure we glue it on right side up. If you're, oh, of course, now it's not going to do it, but if your cover to your ink comes right off, then make sure that you push it down all the way to keep it sealed shut so it doesn't dry out. I got a 4-pack, you know, one of those minis, and when I got them, all the lids just came right off, and I was like, okay, that's not right. So I emailed the person that I got them from, and they emailed me back and said lids are meant to be removed. I'm not sure they really got it. So you can see this says top 17 on it, because I was originally going to use it for page 17 where we put the envelope, but then I changed my mind. And now remember, we're going to cut the edge of this off so we can afford to go over this way just a little bit, but we do want to try to be as straight as we can on envelopes, which pre-made in the factory are going to be crooked. And I know what I forgot to do. Maybe I can find a pin. If you want to keep your envelope from being poofy, just make a little hole. And then when you smoosh it down, it smooshes all the air out. This isn't too bad, though. Oh, we're going to cut the side anyway. Hello. So now we're going to cut the edge. Not sure what we're going to do with this, which ended up, looks like being numbered number 19. Which I think is an added on number. So we only had 18, which 18 was the back. Don't ask me how I remember these things. It's brain damage. That's what it is. So anyway. So now it's 5 after 4. Or 5 till 4. Well, it looks like the second hand. Anyway. So now we've got that done. And we are going to add this card into here. It's not really big enough, but we're just going to put it in there temporarily so you can see how that works. Put this little guy in here. I'm going to leave him sticking out because I'm going to replace him with a bigger card, but I haven't cut a bigger card out yet. All I have are these big giant cards. Now, so actually I'm going to take him back out. Put him over with my pile of cards. So now, this card, this big giant card, is going to go in this envelope. So we do need a pull for it. Now, what I did was I took one of these and I cut it off where it wasn't even, where it wasn't a full, where it had a screw loose, and cut it down, and then every two I cut, okay? And then they have, and then I two this way, so really four. Every four, and then I folded it in half, and that's going to make a tab. And then I made sure which way the card was going to go in and out. Then I flipped it over and I put a little X to where I want the tab to be. And I'm going to glue my tab. You have to glue it on both sides because you want to glue the tab to the front and the back. And you want to glue it to itself in most cases. All right, so let's see how much glue I can get on my hand. So I'm just going to slide it right here where I want it. Try to center it. Stick it out just a little bit and then squeeze it together. So that way you can see it sticks out a little bit, so that the person can grab onto it and pull the card out easily. That's on our coffee dyed side that's been inked. And then this is on the card side, which has been inked. And see, that looks pretty cool. I like it. I like it already. I like it. And then we just put that right in there. And then you see, they can see the pull tab to pull it out. One more paper clip put away. One more paper clip in the magnetic holder. One more paper clip to be held. Oh, that won't work. Can't do a 99 bottles of beer on the wall reference to that one. So, all right, that's the end of this video. And then in video 8, we're going to do a belly band and a notebook for this page right here. So I will see you there. This is the end of this video. I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.